We're about to drop into a very interesting situation. Let us discuss. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream, folks. Hope we're doing fantastically well today. Hello TV, hopefully all's good with you. And Mel, we're hell diving again because, you know, standard addiction, all that jazz. Should be even surprised anymore. Like, of course, I'm just gonna play some more Helldivers. I'm an addict. But yes, we're checking out the bug front because we managed to succeed over in the Emir sector. We took Mesa, which is very nice. We now have a single isolated planet right here on Wasat, which actually has negative resistance, which means every hour we gain 0.5% liberation. This system's going to liberate itself. Those bots just fall apart, apparently, without anyone to look at them. So yeah, we're making some progress, and once that's done, this entire Emir sector will be fully liberated, which will be very nice. So that'll be another big chunk of the map taken out, leaving a even more suspiciously large blank space over to the west of the galaxy map. But yes, we're moving over to bug space today, where we have this interesting situation. So, progress is being made on taking Errata Prime. In the meanwhile, however, the bugs have launched an attack from Errata Prime to Hellmire. What's interesting is we've got a little over 4 hours before Hellmire is actually taken. But what we also have, though, is we have this attack on Errata Prime. Low resistance. We've gone up about 1% just in the last, like, I don't know, couple of minutes or so. The last, like, I don't know, call it 20 minutes, half an hour or so. Like, a bit slow. But if we take this, that's another whole sector completely clear. Even if we lose Hellmire, like, you know, we're not really losing that much. We're pretty damn close to Omicron as we are. Take these planets, we can move in, we can probably clear these ones out, they'll be very easy to isolate. Yeah. So the plan currently is, leave Hellmire, take Errata Prime. Bonus points though, if we can take Errata Prime, that leaves Hellmire completely cut off. We may be able to stop the invasion before they succeed, which would be very nice. So yeah, we're going to be bug diving on Errata Prime today. I was considering bringing some lasery stuff today because laser stuff is very fun. But I'm not going to, as a matter of... Why is my scanner not scanning? My scanner doesn't appear to be scanning, that's a good sign.
A battleground awaiting your heroic intervention.
Yeah, the scanner's not scanning. I'm concerned now. Is there a problem? Cameras on Errata Prime remains uncontained. Yeah, which is a critical vulnerability in the TCS. Yeah, we're going to take it while we can. If that's gone, we're not too concerned. Maybe a little concerned, but not overly concerned. But yeah, we want to take Errata Prime as a priority. Why is no one visible? Okay, fine. I suppose I'll just have to be the host. Love being the host. Let me just close this. What's the current rate? Before I do close this, what's the progress on Errata Prime? Apparently we're currently scheduled to be able to take it in 60 hours, but that doesn't seem right. Hold on, let me refresh the page. Doesn't look like it'll be 60 hours. Yeah, now it's saying 7 hours 49 minutes. That's a lot better. Yeah, I have a sneaky suspicion when everybody gets online over the next couple of hours, Errata Prime's gonna go down. Lovely. Right, let me clear that. We'll save some RAM. Yes, close 21 pages, I don't care. Cortus! Hello, Cortus. Hopefully you're doing very well today. Welcome, welcome. We are doing some super hell diving against the bugs today. The bugs are fun. Geological survey, eradicate. Oh, eradicate. Oh god, and we can't even see. There's spores. Oh, that's a concern. I do not like spores. That's a search and destroy. I can do that. Emergency evac, we're fine. Let's do an emergency evac. And hopefully this scanner issue is only affecting me. That'd be bad. Still, I'm sure we'll find out.
Jump complete.
But yeah, from the looks of it, we're gonna get this new armor set, which is gonna be nice. I'm not too overtaken with how it's all gonna work. Oh, also, oh, I pressed the wrong button. Well done, Mel, so clever. What I wanted to do was change my matchmaking policy so that people can actually join me. That's kind of important. Right, so these are both over here. This is entirely impassable. That's an interesting map, actually. So we're gonna have to spawn here somewhere, like maybe right here. Then go into these nests, do both comm uplinks, do the evacuation, then sweep around here. That's gonna be interesting. Right, let's see how close we can actually drop in here without getting into too much trouble. Give it a shot. Gonna go for these. We're up against bugs, so bugs really don't like the grenade launcher. And I'm not gonna bring the jetpack. I'm gonna behave myself for once in my life. I'm gonna bring the supply pack.
Launch initiated.
As soon as we land, we call in some friendlies. And then we see how things are going. But yeah, we're having a good little time today. Very glad it's the weekend. Like, I know I was only working for like 2 days this week because I was off so much at the start of this week, but my goodness, I needed the day to be the weekend. I'm so tired. Oh, and yeah, I do actually have an update. Next week will actually be... What the hell is that? The flip is this? Okay, it's not impassable, but it won't let it spawn there. That's fun. Right, whatever.
Deploying support weapon.
That's very fun. Right, getting ready. Oh, I forgot. SOS beacon. SOS beacon. SOS beacon. SOS beacon. Also, I just remembered I'm wearing heavy armor. Probably shouldn't be wearing heavy armor. I should probably be on medium armor. There's so much more with medium armor than heavy. Right, is there a way in here? Or have I gone around the wrong way? I feel like I've gone around the wrong way. What's that?
Objective located.
That is... Oh, that's the primary. Lovely. This is an unknown something or other, which may be... nasties. Well, I mean, it's certainly nasties. Oh, good.
Firing orbital strike.
Where are my allies? Good night, sweet prince. Uh-oh. Well, that went well. That went literally about as well as I expected it would. Why am I even surprised? Oh, it not be. Why am I flying over here? Right, okay, I do not have the movement speed I would have liked for this. Right, my giblets is down this way. Here's the Veil Titan. Is matchmaking broken or something? Matchmaking feels a bit broken at the moment. That's fun. Nuts. Maybe just pasted his own guy. Yeah, I'm not doing good here. Wait, why am I not? Oh, I was like, why am I not using my grenades? And it was like, yeah, I've not got them. Shit. Oh god. Okay, yeah, this is bad. Where is everyone? What's wrong? Right, I'm literally gonna drop out of this. I'm crashing out of this mission. Okay, combination, bad armor. It's weighing me down too much. And also, where the hell are my allies? Where are they? Where are they? Right, hold on. The medium armor. Where is it? Scorpion armor. That's what I'm after. Scorpion armor. But yeah, have I like just completely? No, we're in public. That's really weird.
Choose where you will.
That's really weird. What's going on? Why can't I? Why can't I join or see any games? Where is my multiplayer? Yeah, I don't think I can do Super Helldives fully solo. Is this a game thing? Do I just have to restart my game? I'm gonna restart the game. Hold on. So yeah, yeah, it's a skill issue. Yeah, it's a skill issue. Actually, like I might have felt more confident if I was you know, stealth diving. But usually I like having teammates to, you know, do all the work for me. Yeah, it's kind of helpful to have that, to be honest. Not gonna lie. Right, okay, it's fine. The fallback plan for today, if this doesn't count rather, it's one of two things. Either we end up doing some programming because, oh yeah, I forgot, I was thinking about doing some programming earlier. I figured out some fun stuff earlier on, or kind of like had a bit of a realization as to what kind of thing I need to do programming wise, get things up and running. Either that or play some Minecraft. Cause yeah, guess who figured out what was up with Minecraft?
We must act.
Right. Okay, the scanner's completely barked. It's not scanning at all. Was it John Minecraft that was in fact the fault of John Minecraft?
Let the enemy feel the wrath of liberty.
Right, okay, the scanner's not working. This is kind of bad. Hold on, let me do a very quick Google search actually. Wait, I've got my phone here, hold on. I don't even need to tab out of this shit. Let's see. Is the matchmaking down? Helldivers 2. Matchmaking not working. Matchmaking fixed. Matchmaking not working, so what's going on? R to search, select the mission on any planet. So R to search, select a mission on any planet. You got a max. R to search in the button for quick match. Hold on, wait. Is there a way to... Hold on.
Helldiver, command of the galaxy's liberation.
Okay, I'm searching for active SOS beacons. Right, okay, this might work. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, hold on. I just remembered at some point The bugs were in the Celeste sector. I remember kicking them out of here. Damn, we've made some good progress the last several months. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work, sadly. Like, Helldivers is one thing. Helldiving with no one helping is a problem. That's a bit of a concern right there. Yeah, I don't think matchmaking servers are working properly right now. That's a concern. Okay, well, that happens. No Helldivers for Melanie. Well, there goes my addiction. That's a concern. Dearie me. Right. Okay. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll come back to Minecraft. I don't know. Not Minecraft. Helldivers, not Minecraft. Minecraft is something very different. Right, hold on. Gonna see what else we might want to do. No, Monhun would never. What are you telling me that Monster Hunter would do this? Or are you suggesting that I play Monster Hunter instead of this? I've actually never played Monster Hunter multiplayer before. Like, ever. Like, none of the Monster Hunter games that I've played have ever been multiplayer. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work today, sadly. Very sadly. Right, in that case, do we do some programming instead, or do I feel like a Minecraft? I'm like, if I was to play Minecraft, I don't have my server set up just now. I mean, like, I could turn it on. That's true, could turn it on. Right, hold on. Yeah, I don't think this is working just now. That's a shame. That means I only have 2 more chances to play the next couple days before I go on my trip. Okay, bear with. I'm going to grab my notebook. I'm not going to mute. I'm just going to grab my notebook, and then we'll see about doing some programming for a bit at least. Maybe we'll do some Minecraft. I don't know. Back in well, I'll say back in a few. I ain't going anywhere. Well, I mean, I am. I just have to go to my house to grab my bag. Oh, rather, my book from my bag. Righty-ho. Programming it be. Don't worry, I'll change the category. I mean, if I can figure it out. Let's see. Oh, that'll do nicely. Wonderful. Wonderful one. Super Earth has forsaken me. Programming back upstream. Software and game dev. Lovely. Right, okay. Right, Super Earth has actually forsaken me. It's wonderful. Gonna do a wee bit of programming today instead, because why not? Why not, I say? Well, at least until I get my invites to Nephew's Minecraft realm. Because, like, you know what's funny? I've not played Minecraft in like a year and a half or something. It's been weird not playing it. Considering how much I used to play. I used to play it so much. It was crazy. But as things are now, I've not played in like nearly 2 years. Somewhere in the region. There goes my cold turkey. And yeah, for some reason my Mojang account just wouldn't work properly, but now it seems to be working fine, so, you know, now the addiction's back, I suppose. But yeah, like, part of the reason why my friends stopped playing on my server, like, you know, aside from being able to play with me, which, you know, they would stop playing. You know, if you were denied, if you're denied my presence, like, you definitely wouldn't want to play on a server that was hosted by me. I mean, I suppose I did also turn off the server. But they never said, oh, Mel, it suddenly turned off. It was like, no one was using it. Like, I checked the logs, no one used it for months. So I just turned it off. But yeah, so yeah, but like, part of the reason why they stopped aside from that is that I wasn't able to build the tunnel borer that would get them tons of diamonds and stuff. And I don't even remember what exactly they wanted this stuff for, but they wanted me specifically to make a tunnel bore machine so that they could get like some really like valuable stuff. And I don't remember exactly what it was, but they wanted me to build all kinds of funky builds for them, and I was just like, I don't feel like it. I'm sorry, I'm kind of burned out on Minecraft. So I think maybe after, you know, nearly a 2-year break, maybe it's worth dipping my toe back in. Oh, it's been a while. Yeah, it has been like 2 years actually, now I think about it. Anyway. I was doing a think earlier on about what I would need for this game engine setup that I've been working on to actually get working. What I did between streams, like last time I did a programming stream and now, is that I adjusted, I like did a bit more testing of the code for the graphs so that it actually works right. I added a couple of extra features. I added the ability to make hex grids, and I call it LP, but basically it's where diagonal movement on a square grid is equivalent to left and right for movement cost. So I made it so that every block can move to 8 blocks around it. I also did it with hex, so as every block can move to 6 around it. So, you know, we've got some options there. So we've got taxicab, hex, and what I call LP. Yeah, they ran into a couple of problems where they didn't quite work right. Like the grids that they actually produced, the distances weren't accurate. So I had to like make a couple of edits and changes to what I added, and then it turned out that I got it to work, which was great. So now that all works, so I could, and I might look into doing the pathfinding aspect, like implementing a star, but we'll see about that. Well, we will see about that. We'll see if I want to do that. But what I am gonna do is, right now, I was thinking about how to go about like tutorializing the game mechanics that I've been putting into the game so far. So the main things that I've got, well, I mean, pathfinding, well, I say pathfinding. The graph movement isn't too bad. Like, I will do some tutorializing of that at some point. What I do need to tutorialize, certainly, is how the material strength system works, which I do really like as a system. Like, I'm stealing it from an RPG that I very much enjoyed, Marvel 1984. It's pretty cool. But I'm basically stealing it, and, well, I'm making some adjustments to it, but yeah, I'm basically stealing it. But I have made some adjustments to it. But, you know, just make it's a bit more easy for calculation rather than just referring to a table. You can actually just put it into a nice formula and out comes the result. It's all based off powers of 2, and powers of 2 are fun and awesome. But yeah, so basically this is the system for, okay, everything, well, almost everything in the game operates in terms of relative material strength of one thing to another. So like you could use like, well, the example that I've came across, or the example I've came up with, is a bank heist kind of thing. So like, okay, what kind of situations can you run into in the middle of a bank heist? Well, okay, you got to break into the bank. Let's say, for argument's sake, this is like some, I don't know, 1980s or something? I don't know, probably not 1980s. But still, let's say you've got to get into a door that's closed with a wooden door. It's like, congratulations, wood has tier 2 toughness of whatever. The way that you can get into that quite easily is using an iron crowbar. Iron crowbar, even with thin iron, has a like material toughness of 5. Because it's thin, it's downgraded to 4. It's still 2 tiers higher than wood. You can totally get through a wooden door with an iron crowbar, no problem at all. But then if you were to say, okay, I actually want to get into a safe, and like this is like a safe or a vault or something. So we're talking like, okay, if we go for like vault, it's like foot deep. It's like a foot deep or more. It's made out of lead. It's just really solid in general. Like, are you going to be able to pry your way into that using an iron crowbar? Very likely not, and certainly not fast enough to actually be able to use a to use a crowbar to get into it, or like fast enough to actually pull off this heist. We'll say for argument's sake that it's got the strength of steel. Steel is 1 level higher than iron. It's a crowbar, so it's pretty thin, so it goes down to tier 4. And then the steel safe is like a foot thick or more, so that actually like bumps it up like a thickness rank to like tier 7. So you got 7 versus 4. There's no chance in hell that's going to be able to get in there. But if you were to use a drill with a diamond tip, we're talking rank 9. Even with a rank 9. Even with it just being the tip, that would downgrade to an 8. That's still a tier higher than foot thick plus like solid metal vault. So you could use the diamond drill bits to get you in to the safe. And like that's like a good way to like represent or like tutorialize how these mechanics work and how they interact with each other. I found it quite a good example, actually. It was a good way of figuring out in my mind how these systems should work, and then it's like, okay, well, like think about completely different situations, like if we're talking about a bullet going through armor, or you know, some other kind of similar situation. And then it's like, okay, well, they just all go off of the same system. Like, what tier of effectiveness of method is being used against what kind of a target, and how does it go through? And then more or less it's calculated roughly the same way. So, that's the idea. So what I'd like to do today is basically program the aspects necessary to do this basic calculation and be able to say, okay, we're taking out like the physical abilities of the person wielding the crowbar, or like wielding the drill, or doing whatever. Like this is, we're just talking about the material simulation here. We're going to implement what we need to be able to make, you know, the iron crowbar, the solid steel safe, and then calculate everything from there. That's the plan for today, basically. Which is kind of fun, actually. It's gonna be interesting. So I'm gonna have to do a bit of copy pasting, which means I get to do a bit more, you know, making multiple new files for things, which TV is going to appreciate. I hope. We'll certainly see. So let's see. I need a new. Where's new? New Python file. So we've got material, but the thing is, we don't want material per se. We kind of want. It's kind of like object. Did I describe it as anything in particular? Yeah, it was objects. And my god, there's a lot of clutter built up in my desk. Let's see. Objects. Dot. Py, because it's a Python file, of course. What we'll do is oh, not that main file, that's another main file, that's fine. Reynolds can stay over there. Where's objects? Here's objects, lovely. Okay. Okay. Bad luck, but. Right, so what things are we going to need to import? It's been a while since we've seen the bots. I've almost missed them. We do need Esper. We're going to need components. I don't remember why I imported this. Have I ever used it on its own? Have I not ever used it just as Esper? Yeah, I usually specify that it's here. Esper dot. Lovely. So in that case, I can get rid of this, which is lovely. So what I want, yeah, we need Esper. We want data classes. I don't care about matrices. I don't care about deep copy. I don't know if I generally do care about deep coffee, but it's deep coffee. Deep coffee, sure. But it's fine. Let's see. Scripts and handles, base classes, and functionality for objects in Reynolds 2 to the n, which is the working title for the engine that I'm making. Reynolds 2n. It's RenPy, story, nodes, and then it's the 2n system for the stats and stuff. I'm clever when it comes to naming things. So yeah, we also do need to import material. We'll just import everything from material, that's fine. Let's see. Oh, I've also got a nice typical values reference. That's handy. Don't know if I'm going to refer to that. I might change that a little bit. Maybe. We'll see. We'll leave it for now. We can always change it later. It's fine. Let's not get caught up in things. So, we've already got materials here. So I do have some examples already. These are just objects. But then, what am I talking about? Like, objects are, well, objects, say. Entities in the entity component system are just collections of their components. So you don't really need to define these. So it's more like, for objects are just collection of them. So then an object is, okay, terminology is bad. Terminology is really bad, actually. So they're not going to be objects per se. They're not objects. They're not entities per se. I need a good like programming term that's not entities, not objects, but is similar and just refers to things that you find in game. It's like, I don't know, like let's get a frickin' thesaurus. It's fine. What's it called? So entity synonym. I didn't type. Entity synonym. Thing, object, item, body? Body? Body isn't bad. Why is this an AI overview? Feck off. I don't want the AI fecking overview, you bastard. Go away. Synonyms and antonyms. Right, there we go. Thing that exists. Nature of a being. Body, individual, article, being, creature, existence, item. Material, matter, organism, presence, quantity, single, singleton. A stuff. We could call it a stuff or a thing. Antonyms: abstract, inanimate, concept, idea. I wonder. I don't know, maybe entity? Like, I know entity's being used for the like entity component system. And it's not really a class per se. We're defining more predefined templates of entities. Maybe just entity templates. Hello KFC, thank you for the hydrate. Super Earth has forsaken us, so we're programming instead. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, maybe entity template. Maybe entity template or blueprint. Something like that. Maybe entity blueprint? Or do I just call it a blueprint? No, not entity blueprint. Body. We'll do body. Body.py. So not base classes and functionality. These are templates. And functionality for bodies. And Renault and Renault 2N. Okay. So. Class weapon. I'm going to create a class, didn't I? Those are components that things get, which just reference an existing entity, is what that does. So like, if you look at like a character and a character's holding a weapon, the weapon they're holding, when you look at their thing, all it is a reference to the entity that is defined elsewhere in the entity component system. Same for armor. Thickness. Could be. I mean, there's only ever gonna be 4 thicknesses. They don't need to be. They're fine. Toughness. I don't think I ended up doing anything with toughness. I think it was just material, is what it was. Pretty sure material reference to the same thing. It just references. Yeah, material just references the armor itself? I don't remember. Anyway, it's fine. This it's basically an expansion of what I've got here already, which I'm going to be moving over. So, sorry, I just need to refresh my memory on how I've done all this. So. I don't think I've defined material over here. I did create a material dict, which is just a dictionary that contains all the materials. Yeah. I wonder. Brain is braining today. Very slightly. Fine. It's fine. I need to hydrate more. I'm warm all of a sudden. I mean, I did just have some peri-peri chicken for dinner. It was lovely. But yeah. So I think we need material, which is just going to be a reference, so this is fine. At component, not component, component class material. We've got the material. This is going to be very simple, which is just val is going to be an integer, which is a reference to some value. Which is in the material dictionary. Then the material dictionary. No, because the way that I had materials working, materials are. Did I not make them entities? I feel like I made them entities. Did I not make them entities? They should probably be entities. Yeah, materials. I think materials should be entities. I feel like they should. Then our entities. Maybe. So that end up being. Over here it would be Esper.create entity. But then what do I do with these? I just say generate armor. Generate armors here. You just make toughness value. You create the toughness with the toughness rank, toughness value. Toughness is here, which doesn't have anything, but apparently does work. Which is very fun. Toughness rank, toughness value. I mean, it works. Yeah, how did I get this to work? How did I get this to work? I don't know. I got this to work somehow. It was a while ago at this point, and I don't remember how I got it to work. Great situation to be in. Why didn't I comment more? We've got entity component. Right, I know for a fact this works because I've been able to generate spaceships and like calculate their HP and stuff. So I know it works. So I know that Esper create entity name toughness rank toughness value. How does that work? I mean, this is. I just said pass here. Oh wait, it's because it inherits from statistic, which. Where did I define statistic? I'm such a pro. Is it? I think it's in. Is it in skills? Yes, it is. Which has rank and value, but. Oh! Yeah, it is. Okay, so it inherits from statistic. And if that's the case, it's got rank and value. So rank is whatever's first, and value is whatever's second. Right, I'm starting to catch up. So then, yeah, toughness rank, toughness value. It's a statistic, so it does exactly that. Right. Okay. I'm starting to catch up a bit. Which is good, because I love spaghetti. Have I mentioned that I love spaghetti? I love spaghetti. So that now makes a bit of sense. Now makes a bit of sense. A little. In which case... we don't need material then, because we've already got toughness. Dear, am I regretting life choices? I think I'm regretting life choices. I'm doing a wee bit. I think I'm programming a little too bottom up rather than top down, which is fine. Nothing inherently wrong with it. It means I'm not planned as well as I ought to, and now I'm dealing with the consequences. How do I do things? Am I just choking? I feel like I'm choking just now. Not like physically choking, just like, you know, throwing. Not that it's a challenge, man. Why so tense? Like, we've already got a system. We've got a system and it works. It's right here. Why are you worrying so much? You know what the materials are? Over here it was toughness. We can just make it material. Maybe toughness is fine on its own. I think it might be, actually. Character attributes shouldn't be a material. Actually, I feel like most of this doesn't need to be here. Like, none of these need to be here. Toughness stuff's just doing its own thing. The generate stuff's all doing its own thing as well. So I think rather than this inheriting from this should be inheriting from this. So it's also important from skill, from body import all. That's fine. Then I think maybe I should have just renamed this. Copy all this stuff over. Yeah, it's probably fine. Cut that. Paste that. Copy that. Paste it here. Is that it? I think that's literally all I needed here. What the hell? Wait, do I even use these? I don't think I even use these, do I? Yep. Cool. That's it. Why do I do things? Let's get better at naming things now. Seriously. Right, okay, so this is specifically for handling materials. And we definitely don't need this MSPT stuff. I'm gonna copy that over here for now. Because this is all main loop stuff, which I don't want to be doing anything with. Should move it into a different file or folder or whatever, but it's fine. What are you two complaining about? You're complaining about statistics. That's because you're not importing from skills. Import everything from skills, please. There we go. You're now happy. I don't care about these. I think we've got a health already, don't we? No? Yeah, we've got health. And we've got statistics, which is in skills. Right, okay, so I've got these examples, that's lovely. I don't care about these. Got some example stuff right here. These all just generate a bunch of examples, and that's fine. We've got those as well. Separate dictionaries, and then this is the annoying main loop that I'm not doing anything with at the moment. Right, okay. Also, technically these, well, these should be under there. Yeah, that's all fine, I suppose. Right, okay, so let's make another file. I know I just made a file. We're gonna make another one, but this is for testing. So this is body, well, test body dot height, which is gonna be fine. From body import all Esper, I think, is up and running. That's fine. Put body over here right now. Cool. So let's make these objects. I think I can already fit this all together. So we're gonna make a door. We're gonna be very unimaginative. We've got a door. We've got Esper dot create entity. Then this is going to have a set of components. Let's see. So for the components, we need. Let's see one of these, for example. We need name, which is going to be door. Which is fine. Let's have toughness, which is going to be toughness rank is going to be material depth. Let's see, material depth. It's behind me, so you can't see this, but I'm working on this. We should start with not material, but toughness, or thickness rather. Thickness is going to be thickness is just its own thing, which is going to be typical, which is totally fine. I'm kinda not liking the toughness is working here, the way that there's a calculation. I'm like, it's fine if there is a calculation, like I'm completely fine with that. We're gonna tighten this up, let's just get it working, and then we can look at making some changes to things to make it make more sense. So we're going for the toughness rank. Or rather, rank toughness door is gonna be whatever the material depth is. Material is going to be, I'm pretty sure it's like uppercase, whereas material, oh, it's lowercase, lovely. Material depth wood, that's going to be wood, that's going to be material depth material of the door, material door. The toughness is going to be plus thickness door is going to be typical. That's fine. And this is going to be plus thickness deck, thickness door. Lovely. And then value, toughness, door is going to be typical values, toughness. It's rank toughness door. Right, okay. Then toughness is going to be toughness rank and then toughness value. So rank toughness door, value toughness door. Lovely. Okay, okay, okay. And then whatever the HP is, I'm pretty sure it's literally just a toughness value. Let's see. Yeah, health. Because you're going to need a health bar too, so you actually work. So health is going to be... let's see. Value toughness door, value toughness door. That's fine. So now we know that it's called a door, it has typical thickness, got the door's toughness, rank, and value, and the health is set to its toughness value, which is nice. Very nice indeed. So, can we make our lives simpler going forward? Very probably. Very probably indeed. Let's make a function for it. Generate... Now, there's going to be an interesting relationship between doors and containers. The difference being that containers get an inventory. But aside from that, they're functionally very similar. One takes you to another place, one contains a something. It's either it locks you out of a location or locks you away from objects. This can be generate body. We'll probably end up renaming this at some point. For parameters, we need to know its material, its thickness, and that may be it. We literally just need the material and its thickness. That's interesting. Okay. So, if material in material dict dot keys, then let's see. I wonder. So if the materials in the dictionary that lists all the materials, this is the current way it's implemented, it might change later, then that's good. That means that we can actually refer to the material dictionary. So there should be a string, and then the thickness should also be a string. Fine. Should maybe change the material bits. Ah, yeah, so that doesn't need to be capitalized. Let's change those. Okay. Change that default to be lowercase as well, that's fine. So if the materials in the dictionary for materials, that's fine. Maybe do not in first. Return. F string. How do I do it? Section material. Oh wait, it's curly braces, isn't it? Not listed in materials dict. Lovely. Thickness not in thickness dict dot keys. Thickness. I might even set this up as, yeah, by default it'll likely be typical. It'll be extreme examples where it's either thin, heavy, or massive, which is totally fine. I kind of want to do like, oh right, so I need to nest these. So F, is there any way to like nest F statements? Is that a thing you can do? Like a naive nesting. Let's see. Group F statements. Is there a way to do it? Grouping conditions. Like, I don't want them both to necessarily be true. I don't want it to be an or. I want it to be an and if. I don't want it to be and. Oh, there might be an if. Is there an if either? There's an if all. Python if all alternatives. Maybe if all not. Oh wait, if not all. Then we've got one if statement, then we've got another if statement. Hold on. This is something fun. A thought I've never had in Python before. Where's that all statement gone? If all. Get rid of that F and that F. Get rid of that. Wait, I can just use. Can I not just use Boolean expression? Ah. Oh wait, I forgot. I can just break. Why don't I just use the break statement? That would be handy, wouldn't it? Well, it's not break, it's return. Then do I necessarily want to? It's fine, whatever. Don't care. Or do I care? Do I care too much? I probably care too much. I'm too dumb for this today. Too dumb for this today. Little too dumb for this today. I don't want to do an else if. There's not an and if, is there? No. Oh wait, hold on. I can just put an elif statement here. That way it will check that. No, but then it doesn't check that. I don't know. Hold on, I can just do return is false. Return is true. well, we'll call it ret. Ret is false, ret is true. F ret return 0, whatever. Otherwise, we do the thing. Right, okay, that took way too long. That took way too long. Let's see. Rank is going to be basically this. Yeah, that took way too long to figure out. I'm kind of embarrassed. Shouldn't be, but I am. We've got rank and material, which is fine. So we've got the rank. Then we want the value, which is based off of a typical value, usually. Maybe I should have... F typical, then the value goes to whatever that is. Else value is, what would it be? How does that work? Two to the power of rank -1. That'd be the minimum value rather than the typical value. Maybe another option. We've got material, thickness, value typical, whether it's true or not, and what else do I need? Not sure. I think I'm way overthinking things. This is fine. So, if typical is true, then it gives a typical value. Otherwise, that will return the min value. Else return min value. That's fine. So that can go there, that can go there. We've got 2 gap, that's fine. So then oh, we're gonna name as well. Name string. Fine. Then we need this, all. Body is this. So the name is name. Thickness equals thickness. Toughness is rank. Value is value. Health is value. Unexpected argument for name. Why unexpected argument for name? Why would that be the case? Because name has full and neck. So I'm starting to think that we probably should be thinking about materials as entities in their own right, rather than just being references. I mean, like, it will just end up being a reference to the material itself. That might work. I wonder. I wonder. Is the problem just that I'm putting a nickname? Possibly. Get rid of nicknames just now. Why are you unhappy? Why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? Why would you complain? Why would that be the case? Actually. Why are you complaining? That's from body, data class. Apparently it's just plain not expecting to receive something even though it's maybe it should be a component instead. Oh, there we go. Now it's happy because I've said to call it a component. You know what? That works for me. That works for me. And then instead of setting body, I can just have it return body. Just have it return whatever this value is. And then that's generated a body. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, I'm going to call a very brief break so I can freshen up a little bit. We'll come back, we'll do a little bit more of this, and then, I don't know, maybe we'll end up doing some Minecraft after all. So bear with me a few folks, I will actually be muting. So I'll be back in a few. Thank you for bearing with, folks. Yes, right. Let's see how much more we can get done. I'm probably gonna call things in like, I want to say half an hour-ish. Just so rather than play Minecraft with you lot, I don't want to embarrass myself by being rubbish at the game after not playing for several months. That, and I also just want to chill with some friends off stream a little bit. But let's see what we'll get up to just now. How dare listen, TV. We'll probably end up having this stream playing some Minecraft. Like if not over the weekend, playing with friends, then I very well might just end up, you know, just yeah, doing some next week. Well, we're on PNG mode, streaming from my crappy laptop, which I just realized I'm gonna have to spend my weekend getting ready and testing and making sure it can actually, you know, stream. That's gonna be fun. I'm not looking forward to that at all. Anyway, let's see how much we can get done just now. So, we're gonna redefine door. Door is gonna be generate body. This is gonna have the name door. We need material is going to be wood. Not very imaginative here, this is fine. Thickness can be typical, and yes, it's going to be the typical value, and that's completely fine. Wonderful. But then what we're going to need to do, I'm gonna copy this a couple times, because there are 4 things that I want to be able to generate. So there's the door, and then there's the vault. This is going to be the vault. This material is going to be steel. Then we're going to be adding the fact that its thickness is going to be we're going to make the thickness, how thick do we want it to be? Heavy. We'll make it heavy. It's going to be fine. Then we are going to have a crowbar. The name's going to be crowbar. The material is going to be iron. And the thickness is not going to be heavy. The thickness is going to be thin. And then we are going to have the drill, or well, the drill bit, which is going to be called the diamond tipped drill. Its material is functionally going to be diamond, and just like the crowbar, its thickness is going to be thin. Let's just copy that over. Right, so this is the basic setup that we've got here. This is the setup that we have right here. Okay, so ooh, I didn't add states. I did not add states, right? States is something that we're going to come back to momentarily. Yeah, we'll come back to states. We're just doing the basics of it just now. We'll come back to thinking about the state of these things as we go. Let's see. Let's make a little main function. Just pass. If name is main. Lovely. You can tell I've got used to doing that. Right, so We're going to do some strings. Or rather, print some strings. Let's see. So. What we're going to do is we are going to. I don't know, can I do. That's input, isn't it? Input. Then we've got the F string. So. Let's make some getters and setters. Get name. Def. Get name. Entity. Return. Esper dot. Component for entity. Entity. Name. Dot fill. That's fine. Then material, and then thickness. Material is going to be. It's currently done as toughness. Val, I'm pretty sure it is. That should be .val as well. This is not name, this is going to be thickness. So then, let's see. Then it's going to be def. We'll just call it tool use. Tool used on if. Hold on. We need 2 of these, so we get material rank, get material value. That's fine. So this is going to be rank. That's cool. F. Oh, tool use result. So F. Get material rank tool is greater than or equal to get material rank used on return. Oh wait, hold on. I don't need to do an if statement for this. Because I can just use it as a boolean. And that can tell me what the result is. So let's see. Use. The object that we're going to be using here is Get name door. Nope. Crowbar. Get name crowbar. Wonder if I can do. C-bar walrus operator? No, that's been too mean. That's too mean. Yeah, so use get name crowbar on the. Yeah, that's fine. Also noting there's no way to actually store what this is unless I put wood door. Yeah, because there has to be a descriptor in there as well. Descriptor needs to be done. Steel vault. Iron crowbar, diamond tip drill. That's fine, okay. So use getting crowbar on the get name door. I'll reduce that just down to drill, that's fine. So F tool use result. Input. F string get name crowbar. Opened the door. Else. Oh, use result. Crowbar. Door. That's fine. Else. Input. Copy this over again. Copy. Failed to open the door. ... It's fine. Input F. Oh. Use C A get name door. Now these probably shouldn't be function calls all the time, but it's probably fine, whatever. Let's see. Then we'll copy this and paste it 3 times. To get name vault. Use crowbar on vault. Then we use crowbar vault. Open the vault. Failed to open the vault. Yeah. So I'll probably simplify this a bit. Vault. Use get name drill on the vault, and we use the drill on the vault. Drill opened the vault. Otherwise, drill, open the vault. Right, okay. This is gonna be, let's see. Base, def, material, properties, basic test, which is fine. Let's indent these. Zero properties basic test, and then that will now run. Lovely. Let's give this a shot. So we'll set it to current file, run it. Key error typical. Why is there a key error typical? A thickness door. Is that because thickness door is defaulted to? Yeah, it's defaulted to capital, so that's fine. So lowercase, save it, run it. You see a wood door. Yay, it's working! Right, okay. You see a wood door. Use iron crowbar on the wood door. Iron crowbar, open the wood door. Yay. You see a steel vault. Use iron crowbar on the steel vault. Iron crowbar failed to open the steel vault. You see a steel vault. Use diamond tipped drill on the steel vault. Diamond tipped drill opened the steel vault. Hooray! Right, okay, this looks very silly. This is very basic. This is not necessarily... Well, okay, yeah, this is probably what it's going to end up looking like for a little while because, you know, my writing is terrible and also my formatting is awful. But it's totally fine because this is actually using parts of the test. Which is good. Like, this is actually using the material properties and evaluating the system based on, yeah, just like the mechanics I've put into the game, which is lovely. Like, it's actually working off of the material properties. It's just looking at diamond and saying, yep, diamond's gonna go through steel, so yeah, it just calculates it based off of that. Something that will be important, like again, for those who weren't here at the time when I was describing this is me thinking about how I'm going to tutorialize these mechanics. I'm going to describe how these mechanics work and make people think, okay, so because this has toughness of 5 or whatever, it can break through something with a toughness of 3 pretty easily. That kind of thing. But I think specifically for the door, for example, the crowbar in the door, it's I think it's strength 3 crowbar. What's it? Yeah. So iron's 5, so the crowbar itself is 4 because it's thin. The wood door is standard, and that's strength 2. This is quite simple. It's not doing like the full it's not doing like the full system. What I want to do is be able to track, like, okay, how many hit points of damage are you doing when you do not quite attack, but like when you use the property of these tools to do this. Like, what will actually trigger this to be able to say, oh yes, use the drill on the vault, is basically you'll be using a property of this you'll be using a property of this tool that allows you to use it in a certain way that can get certain results on certain objects. Like, you can use a crowbar to get through the door, but, like, obviously you'd be able to use the drill to get through the door. But using a diamond-tipped drill on a wooden door is a bit overkill when you could just use a crowbar. Like, it'd probably take more time and be more hassle. It's like, why would you not just use a crowbar? So yeah. I don't know. Like the dream is to get this system to actually work and make sense. That's the dream here. If this takes a ridiculous amount of effort and is completely and utterly impractical, then yeah, that's just what it's going to end up being. But I want to play with it because it's fun. I just like imagining a game where all the systems just come together like this, and you can go, okay, well, what's technically to stop you, like digging a hole through a brick wall with a diamond tip drill, if you really wanted to. I mean, like, it would have to be a. Currently, as I'm imagining it, like this is not like this isn't like a voxel-based game where you can just like tear down any structure into like itty bitty parts, although those are very cool. This is more, okay, this is a wall that can specifically be broken down to reach the other side of it. Theoretically, nothing would stop me from saying, yeah, you can do that to every single wall. But yeah, anyway, this is, and again, this is just a little prototype for how this is to work. This is a little prototype for how it's to work and how it's to feel. And honestly, I'm pretty pleased with it. Because like, all we're really doing here is just like another little version of what I did before. Where is it? I think it's in material. No, it's not in material right now. It's in body now, isn't it? Yeah. So like at the bottom of body, I'll scan this over and hide that away. So in here, I've literally just gone as far as like generating a weapon which has like a bunch of stats in it, generating a spaceship, generating the armor for the spaceship, and like sticking them all on the spaceship. And I've done like a combat simulation where I've generated a battleship with a 300mm plasma cannon and heavy steel armor. And you can just do that. You can just like stack all these little modifiers on top of each other and like reference different materials in different ways until you end up with something absolutely crazy like that. And you can even like put them together just completely modularly. You can just go like, right, okay, this kind of weapon would have like this kind of ship would have this kind of armor at this kind of thickness. Just go, okay, they decide to cheap on these ones, so instead of the massive armor that it would normally be, it's only heavy. And then just like, you know, have that just affect the behavior of the material like organically within the system. Like that's what I'm aiming for. That's the vibe that I'm going for with this. That's the feeling that I'm going for with it. And it's fun. It's just fun to play with. It feels good. It does feel good. Right, so now that I've got the basic test done, which just confirms yes, all these systems up here work. So this is going to be all this stuff can just go now. I think. Although I'm just gonna comment it out for now. I'll probably wait. Rank toughness door. Right. Okay. Minor oversight was made there. That should be typical values of rank toughness, or just rank. Yeah, just rank, that's fine. That shouldn't affect anything. I don't, hold on. Why didn't that affect anything? If value typical... Oh, right, so it only affected the... That was very fortunate. I'd have been wondering why that didn't work. Because, like, what this does is if value typical... Wait, all of them value are typical. Typical values. What? Okay, that's weird. I now don't understand why that worked as it should have. I'm just gonna fix this. I'm gonna test it again and make sure that it works as it should. So yeah, wooden door. Iron crowbar opens the door. Steel vault. Iron crowbar fails to open. Steel vault. Diamond tip drill opens the door. Ta-da! Still works. Wonderful. I am actually smart sometimes. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't work. I don't know why that didn't work. Also, I'm just gonna put that in braces. That's fine. That should be rank -1. It's a power rank -1. It's the rank -1. I rank -1. I'm -1. 0. Two to the 1. Should be 2. 2, 4. Huh? 8. 16. 2 to the 4. 2 to the 4. Bottom of 2 to the 4. Oh, it's up 2 rank. Right, okay, that works. That's fine. Yeah, did my maths right. A little comment for myself. E.g. So... 2 to the power of 4. 4 minus 1 is 2 to the 3, which is 8 for rank 4? 3? 4? Right. It's 2 to the 1s, 2 to the 0s, 1. 2 to the 3s. 8. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Okay. Okay. That's fine. I'm just overthinking things. It's fine. So yeah, that's demonstrates, but it doesn't like fully test. So we'll very quickly cover this. So this demonstrates the basic behavior of materials interacting in the 2 to the n system. We'll do a nice little to-do because to-dos are fun. Right. Implement. So we need to implement state for objects to be in. For example, we need to have doors open, or rather locked, closed. Locked, unlocked, closed, open, and broken. And also standard for non-opening things. That's fine. Also, another to-do. Something that I also want to add in is qualities or features. Qualities / features that enable certain object to be used for certain purposes. E.g., prying doors, drilling holes, picking locks, special attacks, etc. So that's going to be something that I need to do as well. So we need states, and we also need qualities and or features. So those are going to be things like I want to expand this. At some point I want to be able to say, okay, you're in a room with a locked door, or like you're trying to break into, you're heisting a bank after closing time. You have a crowbar, a diamond tip drill, and some lockpicks. How do you proceed? And then you actually have like a bunch of random junk as well. And then like you can like try and use random piece of junk on door. It doesn't really do anything. You can try and use lockpick on door. Isn't letting you in. Oh yeah, turns out it's unlocked. That kind of a thing. You know, so that you can actually like use object on object, and then if there's no like obvious interaction there, then it won't actually do anything. But then of course I do want these to go through systems. I don't want these I want there to be states that objects can be in. So, you know, there's the locked, unlocked, closed, broken, open, standard. But like certain qualities. So like if you use an item with a certain quality, it might change a door from locked to unlocked. If you might use, like that would be like if you're using a key or a lockpick. But then if you're using something with a explosive quality, then it might go from locked to broken, in which case you can just go in. With other consequences as well for having done such a thing. Like it would just be, okay, so one of the qualities would be explodes, but then that quality that explodes would then have other effects aside from not just the interaction it can have with certain types of object, but also it can have an interaction with like the environment around you as well. So that's kind of where I'd like this to go. It's all silly, honestly. It's like way too much effort to be putting into what should be a relatively basic RPG system. But no, clearly ambition and scope creep are not words that I understand the definitions of properly. Regardless, it's all good fun. I feel like it's, I don't know, how do I feel about where this actually is? At once, I feel like I feel quite satisfied because I'm working with things in a non-immediately intuitive way. Like this isn't just like, you know, basic programming. This isn't even just like basic object-oriented programming. This is something kind of specific, something that's like, okay, yeah, lots of people use entity component systems, but like, it's just fun to mess around with. So it feels satisfying and compelling in that regard. But similarly, I'm also literally just making a very basic little text adventure, which feels super basic. But you know what? These are the building blocks with which you end up making something fun, and you've got to start small. And this was a very worthy thing to have done, just to use that little sanity check of make sure that it does actually work. Just through one simple little check like that. And we can just expand on things from here. Like with this, I could make a basic but like surprisingly deep game out of this as it is now. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Anyway, it's fine. Anyway, yes, I think we'll call things here. Apologies that, well, I shouldn't really be apologizing. Super Earth should be apologizing for me for Helldivers not working. But hey, it did lead to me doing some programming which I wanted to do anyway. So yeah, quick little roundup of news for the next couple days or so. I will be able to stream over the weekend. Well, I'm gonna stream on Saturday. I don't think I'm gonna be streaming on Sunday. Or if I do, I might stream early. This is because I'm doing the digital equivalent of touching grass, and I'm playing an RPG with some friends instead. So yeah, very likely we're going to stream on Saturday. Probably not streaming on Sunday. And then also, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be doing on Monday either. The reason for this is work finally pulled the finger out. I've had it confirmed that I am going to be taking my week, like my trip, basically all next week, which means I'm going to be on potato mode. I'm going to be limited to my gaming laptop from nearly 10 years ago. I am going to be PNG mode because it can barely run my model. And we're going to be doing some relatively low intensity games. I don't know if this means we're going to be playing some like basic roguelikes. Maybe we'll play some Holocure. Maybe we'll do some Brotato. Maybe we'll do Minecraft. We'll figure something out. I'll do some testing. That's my job for the weekend. Aside from packing my bag, my job is to get ready to survive doing some streams from a hotel room that I actually how many hotels am I going to be in? I'm going to be in 3 hotels next week. And I'll be in a hotel for one night the week after as well. And I'm going to be getting there kind of late-ish as well. Like, I'll be arriving like the time that I normally start streams. So the days that I arrive certainly are likely to be a bit shorter streams, but we'll see what we can do on those days anyway. We'll see what impact this has on my streaming, and you know, my energy levels in general. I'm not kidding. I was this close to just say, feck it, I'm only gonna go and do the thing on Thursday and Friday because the other days are not worth the hassle, but they figured stuff out, so I'm gonna go anyway. It's fine. I'm sure I'll be fine. Anyway, that's what's going to be happening the next couple of days. So I hope you bear with me as I both touch grass and, you know, get on with some stuff. That'll be good. So yeah, we'll call things here. Again, thank you so much everyone for coming along. Whether you've been here from the start, you came along part way through, I really do appreciate it. As I say, next stream will be tomorrow. So until then, folks, take care of yourselves, be very good to yourselves, and I will see you all again tomorrow, certainly. Otherwise, very, very soon indeed. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, I feel pretty satisfied from today. It's been fun. Yeah, you have a good night as well, TV. Good to have you folks along for my silly little programming ride. Right, who can we bother? Who can we bother today? You know what? Let's raid Fracta, who is apparently one stream away from an anniversary, which is very nice. We'll go say hi to Fracta. Take care, folks.